Hey guys, what is going on and welcome to a new video. In this video we'll look at wallets, basically also known as Ethereum wallets. So as you remember in the last video we looked at how we can set up and install the Thirdweb SDKs inside of our project, but in this video we'll look at wallets, how we can integrate them into Thirdweb. But before we get to that, I want to first go through a few points that are important for especially beginners who are entering into the Web3 industry for the first time. Wallets are just like the normal ones that we carry with us, but except in this case, wallets are much more complicated. Ethereum wallets are basically a software that store your funds and allow you to transfer them to other people. But the only difference is that these wallets are much more secure and they basically execute transactions on the blockchain. So when your transactions are happening on the blockchain, the process becomes a lot more complex. And don't worry, because we'll go through these points in the future videos as well about how blockchain transactions work and how they interact with wallets. But for now, let's just understand what wallets are. So wallets hold your funds and they interact with blockchain to perform transactions. It's like how our bank accounts work. So our bank accounts have an account number that people use to transfer money to us. On the other hand, bank accounts also need password, as well as sometimes they need a PIN when you want to withdraw some money from an ATM. But yeah, you can think of wallets in the same way, because if you want to use a wallet, you also need a private key. That private key is generally very unique and it's auto-generated, and it's very long and complex, filled with a lot of different characters. This private key is used to gain access to your wallet, and you can then perform actions like sending money using your wallet or whatever. Obviously, you cannot send any currency like dollars or Indian rupees. You'll need to, you can only send maybe stable coins or cryptocurrencies or tokens on the chain. So that's what wallets are. They transfer your native tokens or whatever tokens you have that exist on the blockchain from one wallet address to another wallet address. And now we get to a very important point, which is what's the difference between public and private address. So wallets have each Ethereum wallet has a unique private key and a unique public key. And a private key is used to gain access to the wallet, as I said earlier. But on the other hand, the public key is used to generate a unique public address. So that public address acts like account number. So if somebody wants to send funds to your wallet, they will use that public key and enter the amount of funds they want to transfer to your wallet address, and then hit enter. This will start the execution of the transaction, and the funds will eventually get transferred to your wallet. So the public address is how we identify your wallet, and the private key is how you gain access and use a wallet. Now we also have a couple of examples of wallets over here. As you can see, some of the most popular ones are MetaMask and Coinbase and Trust Wallet, Rainbow Wallet, Wallet Connect. The most common and the most reliable one being MetaMask, because it actually supports a lot of different unique features. You can also pay for a lot of transactions or crypto assets using fiat money, fiat currency. So it's really cool. And when you're building a website and you're trying to support wallets, generally people go for these kinds of wallets. It's MetaMask or Coinbase Wallet or Trust Wallet or Wallet Connect. Now in this case, Wallet Connect is a more unique wallet, because it's not really a wallet, because it acts as a layer on top of other wallets. Wallet Connect basically helps you to support other wallets. Wallet Connect supports MetaMask, Trust Wallet, etc. So you can use Wallet Connect to connect your MetaMask wallet or your Coinbase wallet, for example, to your website. So Wallet Connect is, again, as I said, it's not really a wallet on itself. It's just a layer on top of wallets. Now let's talk a little bit about the types of wallets, which is a bit important because so far we have only discussed one type of wallet, which is the hot wallets. Hot wallets are wallets that are basically just software wallets. The examples that I mentioned earlier, like MetaMask, Wallet Connect, etc., these are basically your hot wallets that you need to install on your system, and then you need to log in using a private key into this wallet in order to gain access to them. Now, cold wallets work a bit similarly, except they don't have a software or user interface, or GUI as we call it, graphical user interface. Your cold wallets are actually just a piece of hardware, much like a hard drive. And in order to access the wallet, you need to have physical possession of these wallets. And there are basically drawbacks and some good positives about both of these wallets. For example, in the case of cold wallets, or hardware wallets, they are less prone to hacking. So generally any kind of software you build is always prone to some kind of hacks or attacks. So wallets like MetaMask, Wallet Connect, Coinbase Wallet, even though they are very secure, they still are prone to attacks. On the other hand, if you store your wallet on a piece of hardware, then it's much less likely for hackers to attack you through a network or something like that. So yeah, it's considered generally a lot safer. But however, there's an obvious risk with cold wallets, that you need to remember the private key, and you also need to not displace them, because if you lose them, if they get lost, then you have basically lost all the money inside of cold wallets. And there have been a lot of cases where people have lost their money because they forgot where they have kept their cold wallets, and this way they have lost maybe thousands or even millions of dollars worth of Bitcoin. Okay, so I think we are pretty much done with wallets here. We looked at what wallets are and some examples of them and the different types of wallets. Let's now look at how we can set up the MetaMask wallet, because for the sake of this tutorial, we're going to be using the MetaMask wallet, since it's very easy to set up and it's very reliable as well, and it's widely used. So let's set that up so that we can also understand how wallets work. Okay, so let's actually try a wallet. So what you need to do is first install the MetaMask wallet. Let's go to a new tab and type in Chrome Web Store. Cool. So the very first result you see, just go ahead and click on that and type in MetaMask over here. This is the extension marketplace. You can find all sorts of extensions here for Google Chrome. And let's click on MetaMask. Since I already have it installed, it says remove from Chrome, but in your case, if you don't have it, it will say install extension, and once you click on that, it will start the installation. And once it's done installing, you'll be able to find your extension in the list over here. I recommend you to go ahead and pin this extension, and once it's pinned, you can always just access it right from the top. But while you're setting up the wallet, it will ask you to set up a MetaMask password, as well as it will ask you to create a new account for MetaMask, where an account is actually synonymous to a wallet. So that account or wallet will have a public address attached to it that you need to set up. But in order to set that up, it will give you a couple of random combination of words called mnemonics. That's just to associate you with the wallet address that you're creating. Once you are done setting up the account, you can go ahead and click on this icon on the top. And once you do that, you'll be able to find your account details inside of the MetaMask UI. As you can see, it has a number, which is basically the balance of the particular token that I have on the chain that I've selected. So you select the chain from the top left button. Currently I'm on the Sepolia network. By default, you might be on the Ethereum network. In this tutorial, I just want to show you how MetaMask wallet works and the things that you can do with it. just to give you an overview, not too much in detail. If we actually dive in deep, it will take us a long time to finish this video. As you can see here on the top is your wallet address. It's unique for every single wallet. As we discussed earlier, there's both a private key and a public key attached to a wallet, and the private key is used to access the wallet, so it's much more like a bank account password. On the other hand, the public key is used to derive the public address that acts as an account number. So when, for example, you need to transfer funds to somebody, you use their account number to transfer them money. You type in their account number and then the amount that you want to send them, and then you click on send. The same way over here we have for wallets. If you want to send funds to a particular wallet, you just need to type in their wallet address and the amount you want to send them and click on send. So if I have to show you how this looks like, I can go ahead and click on this button that says send. I can select a list of accounts, or I can type in a custom address if I want to send it to someone whom I don't know. But these are the accounts that or wallets that I own myself. So just to show you, I'm going to select one of these and type in a value that's lower than my current balance. My current balance is 0.05 Sepolia ETH tokens. So I'm going to type in a much lower value. As you can see, as you change the value over here, you'll also see a modified value for the fee, because the fee ultimately depends on the value of the amount that you're sending, as well as the network traffic. But all you need to remember for now is that when you are transferring funds using a wallet on the blockchain, you need to pay a fee that may depend on factors more other than just your amount that you're transferring. So let's go ahead and click on next, and it's loading right now. It asks me to confirm the transaction, and it says that this is going to be the fee for transferring this amount of fund. And as you can see, it's changing literally every few seconds. So let me confirm that and hit send. Cool. So now it's pending right now. This is the amount that we are sending to my own wallet, and it says here to speed up. Let's see what this means. If you click on that, it says that your gas fee will be increased. Now that pop-up has gone away, but that's what it said in that second. What this means is that sometimes the network is really busy and you want your transaction to go through immediately for some reasons, and you can, in that case, you can pay a much higher transaction fee, and get your transaction executed in a less amount of time. Okay, so the transaction is done executing now, which is really cool. If you click on this, we can see all the data attached to the transaction. Most importantly, we can also have additional information we want to see on the blockchain explorer. So let's click on that, and here we are on sepolia.etherscan.io. So Etherscan is basically a website that gives you information about each and every transaction that happens on the chain or a network. In this case, it's Sepolia, and it has subdomains for each EVM chain, and you can always have a look at what the transaction details are, even if the transactions don't pertain to you. So there's a unique transaction hash for each and every single transaction. There's a status, and there's a block number, which is also unique, because every single time a transaction gets executed, a new block number is added. You can see who sent the tokens and to whom. So these are the public addresses of the wallet that we have sent from and sent to. This is the value, this is the transaction fee that was incurred, and this is the gas price. Basically, the transaction fee is the amount that you pay to the miners of the transaction. Each transaction needs to be mined, and the miners choose the transaction that has the highest fee, because obviously they want to earn money through mining the transaction, and that's generally how the transactions happen on the blockchain. Now let's go ahead and actually implement this kind of solution in Thirdweb SDK that allows us to integrate hundreds of wallets like MetaMask into our website. Generally, you will need to write code, custom code that supports different wallets, but thankfully Thirdweb allows us to do it in just a few lines of code, which is very exciting. And without wasting much time, let's go ahead and open the code in VS Code. Okay guys, so in the last video you saw how we implemented the Thirdweb provider, and we passed a client ID to the provider, and that way we were able to set up the Thirdweb React SDK. Now let's actually integrate the ConnectWallet feature. It allows us to connect over 200 wallets using Thirdweb, and all we need to do is just write a few lines of code. So let's look at the index.js file, and this is the Thirdweb provider that we implemented in the last video. And inside of the main app folder, let's open index.js. Alright, so now what we need to do is we need to import ConnectWallet component. There are actually two ways of implementing a ConnectWallet feature. You can either do it using a Thirdweb component, which is called ConnectWallet button, and either that, or you can also opt for a custom way to implement this using a use ConnectWallet hook. But for the first one, let's go ahead and import the ConnectWallet button like so. And here we have the ConnectWallet button, and boom. As you can see, we have wrapped this ConnectWallet component inside of a div just to give it some structure, and we have passed a bunch of props to this component. Now don't worry about it, as I'll take you through each and every prop and explain what's going on. But first, let's save this and let's run the application. Okay, so you can see there's a new button, and it says connect now. Now this connect now is pretty much the same as the value that we pass here in the button title. So you can name this anything, but but notice how the value changes. If I comment this prop and we go back here, it just says ConnectWallet. So ConnectWallet is the default text value of this button. But let's just uncomment this now. We can write something else as well. Wallet connect button, and save it. If we go back, boom, you see a wallet connect button being displayed here. There's also let's actually open the model first. And okay, you see here a bunch of wallets being displayed. Basically, these are the wallets that are being supported by our ConnectWallet model, and you can connect your wallet by clicking on the wallet option that you want to connect with. Okay, so we have opened localhost 3000 on a different Chrome account, and let's click on this button. Boom, it's already connecting. It asks for your password. Go ahead and enter that, hit enter, boom. So now it's connected, and the way you know it's connected is because the wallet button interface changes. Earlier it just displayed a text, and now it's actually displaying information about the connected wallet. We can see the public address of the wallet being displayed here, also the balance of the chain that we are on, and as well as the token symbol and the logo of the wallet that we have connected to. We can also click the same button again while it's in the connected state, and we can see a bunch of options here. So we can disconnect the wallet, we can switch account. Let's go ahead and switch account, and I can choose a different account by deselecting the old one. Let's confirm. Boom, as you can see, the public address that's displayed here has changed, so has the balance. And let's click on this again. You can look at the list of transactions. Currently I have none. You can look at the chains. You can switch to different chains. These are the default options that come with Thirdweb. You can always change it later. Approve, switch network, and cool. Now that it has changed the network, when you click on this again, it has changed to the base network. And let's go ahead and disconnect our wallet. Let's go back to index.js and over here as you can see, there are more options. Let's look at the theme prop. Now you can either have a light theme or a dark theme. So this is what currently it's on the light theme, which is the default theme. And when you're in light theme, it actually displays a black connect wallet button, but once it has been connected, it displays when you click on that, it displays a white colored button and as well as a white colored model. Let's go ahead and change this to dark, and boom. So when it's in the connected state, it actually displays a black colored button, but when you are disconnected, it displays a white colored button. So it kind of becomes the opposite. Next, let's go ahead and look at the model size prop that we have passed here. Model size basically refers to how broad your model or the pop-up is going to be once you click on the Connect Wallet button. Let's look at the kind of model size prop. So model size defines how wide or broad. So basically there are two variants of the Thirdweb Connect Wallet pop-up or model. One is a more compact form. As you can see over here, it's it's like a rectangle ish figure, and it has a list of wallets. It has a button, it has a model title, which by the way we can also modify. And there's a second type as well. There's a second variant, and it's called, I'll have to check what's it called. It's called wide. So if you go back and open the model again, boom, you can see it's actually a very broad variant. So you have a list of wallets on the left side, and you have some UI or a welcome screen on the right side, and this is obviously customized. But if I comment this out, this is what the model will look like. 1 second, boom. It's basically an animation of a globe-like structure that gets displayed here, which brings me to the next prop. That is the welcome screen prop. Basically, the welcome screen is what you see on the right side of the model, Connect Wallet model. It gets displayed exactly here. You can modify this image. You can modify the text that's displayed right below it. But let's look at these values first. So the first one is title of the home screen, and it gets the changes are not propagating right now. Let me just open the model once again. Boom. So the first one is the title, and it says please connect your wallet to proceed, and what is the text that's displayed right below, just below the image on the welcome screen. And we can obviously change this text to say something else. Please connect user, doesn't make any sense. Please connect dude, and boom, the change has taken effect. You can also change the text that comes right below this title text. So it's called the subtitle, and it says it will only take a few seconds. As you can see, this is what it says here. We can change that as well. And this is the image value that allows you to provide SRC value, which is basically like, it can be any kind of hyperlink that will replace the default image. Right over here I have put a picture of a wallet. I know it's not very good, but it's just for demonstration purposes. You can define its width and its height. Let's say I want to decrease its width 100, keep height the same, and if I close the model and open it again, you can see it's a much smaller image now. And this is the model title. This is the title that gets displayed right over here right after you open the model. So this is the value that goes in here. We can obviously change this as well. We can change it to something like choose your wallet exclamation mark 3 times. Let's close this and open it again, and boom, you can see the change being displayed here. Now if you want to customize it even more, to give it even more functionalities, you can always have a look at the Thirdweb documentation. It's right here at this URL. If you guys scroll down below, you'll see that there's a section that says props for configuring the ConnectWallet component. So you'll see a list of the props, and we have already covered most of them, but there are a couple of new ones. For example, there's one called terms of service URL and privacy policy URL. You can go ahead and copy this and go back to our application and paste it here, and you can, basically you can set the terms of service URL and privacy policy URL. For example, over here I'll set it to microsoft.com in the case of terms of service URL, and on the other hand, for the privacy policy URL, I can change it to ibm.com, for instance, and save it. Now let's go back to our app. Oh yeah, I'm sorry, we have to disconnect the wallet. So let's click on it again, boom, and we see that the interface has been distorted a bit after we added the terms of service and privacy policy. And for that specific reason, you need to be extremely careful about the values that you pass to the Connect Wallet button, because and also the image size that you pass here, because it could distort the UI, as you can see here. But let's just go ahead and click on the terms of service, and as we specified in the props, it takes us to microsoft.com, and to the privacy policy, it takes us to ibm.com, which is great and exactly how we wanted it to work. Now let's get back to the documentation, and over here you'll find a bunch of other stuff. Let's look at display balance token right over here. Basically when you are connected to a wallet, so let me connect to MetaMask real quick, you can see the balance of the native token of the chain that you're connected in. So you can see we are currently connected on the Sepolia chain or network, and on the Sepolia network the native currency is Ethers. So it says my balance is 0.0 ETH, or Ethers, since Ethers is the native currency of the Sepolia network. However, there could be cases where you may have deployed a token on the same chain. Like for instance, you may have deployed or a token contract on the Sepolia network, and you want to show the balance of that token on the Sepolia network instead of the Ether balance. In that case, you can make a few modifications. As it's mentioned here, you can create a new object called display balance token. First, you need to specify the chain ID. In our case, it will be chain ID of Sepolia network, and after the colon, you need to specify the token contract address. Okay guys, so I have opened sepolia.etherscan.io, which is the blockchain explorer for Sepolia network, and all the transactions that happen on this network, they can be viewed in detail in this explorer. Let's go ahead and go to tokens. We can see all the transactions that are happening on the network live, and these are the token names, these are the from and to addresses, like who's sending tokens to whom. And you may see some peculiar names like this one. This basically means that it's a token that's being passed, being transferred on the network, and this token was created on the Sepolia network. And this is the token contract address of this token. Let's go ahead and copy this entire thing, and we'll modify it according to our needs, like so. In our case, the address is this. Oops, I need to copy the address. Okay, so this is the address, but we are on the wrong chain ID. In this example, they're using base, but I actually want to use the Sepolia network. So let's go ahead and import Sepolia from Thirdweb dev chains. Now, Thirdweb dev /chains is a library that has all the supported chains by Thirdweb, and we can go ahead and import it from that library. Let me type in Sepolia from Thirdweb, not React, it's chains. Cool. So when you once you install Thirdweb Dev React and Thirdweb Dev SDK, you will automatically get this package as well, as it's a dependency of the Thirdweb React SDK. We'll have to first wrap it in in an array, and then do a dot chain like so. So once you save it, you can copy this object and you can add to the prop display balance token equals display balance token, and in this case the display balance token value actually refers to the value that's mentioned here. Let's save it and go back to our application, reload it, boom. It still says Ether because it doesn't know what that token name is. But if you have any balance in the token address, in this case I just picked a random token, so obviously I don't have any balance of this token in my particular account. But if you have any token balance, this value 0.00 will be updated with the value of the balance that's on the token contract. And if you scroll above in the very first section, it says here that we can also configure the supported wallets in Thirdweb provider. Now this is something that we should probably have covered a bit earlier, but it's okay, there's no problem with that. We can always cover it now. So let's go back and let me show you what this means. When you click on the Connect Wallet button, when you're not connected to a wallet, you'll see a list of wallets that are listed here. This list of wallet is actually the default wallets that are supported by Thirdweb, and you can, if you want to see what wallets are supported by Thirdweb, you can always go ahead and import default chains. No, sorry, that's not default wallets from Thirdweb dev/react, and you can add a new prop called supported wallets here, and it's a list. It accepts a list of wallets. So in this case, it's just the default wallets. And if you save it and you go back, you see that the list of wallets will actually not change at all. Now, the reason the list of wallets is not changing is because, as I said, these are the default list of wallets that are supported by Thirdweb. So they're always going to be here. However, you can also override this list of wallets. Maybe you don't want to support Zerion wallet, for example, or Phantom wallet. In that case, you can manually import wallets like let's say MetaMask wallet and Coinbase wallet, and you can remove this value here. You can add MetaMask wallet. Since it's a function that initializes the wallet object, we're gonna add a open and close parentheses after each name, and then Coinbase wallet, open and close parentheses, hit save, go back, and let's click on this button again, boom. Now we can only see two options here for MetaMask and Coinbase. These two options have basically overwritten the supported wallet, the default wallets that are supported by Thirdweb. And if we remove this prop completely, it will go back to supporting the default wallets by Thirdweb, as you can see here. Now, other than that, we can also add supported chains. Now, again, there are a set of supported chains by Thirdweb, default supported chains, and then there are also chains that you can add manually. And let's go ahead and import some default chains here and include a prop to the Thirdweb provider, supported chains. Again, just like supported wallets, supported chains also accepts an array of chains. You can also import a default set of chains. But before we make or save any changes, let me show you the default chains that are actually supported by Thirdweb. Let's connect to a wallet real quick. Click on the button and click on the chain that's listed here, and boom, you can see a bunch of chains that are being supported here by default. We have mainnets, and we have base, Polygon mainnet, and then we also have testnets. Let me just show you how we can add a default chain. So instead of default chains, let me actually put a real chain. It could be For example, Binance chain. Actually, let me change the package as well. It has to be changed. So let's call Binance. So there's going to be a mainnet version and a testnet version of all the chains. So there's Binance, and there's also Binance testnet. There's Ethereum, which means Ethereum mainnet, and then there's Ethereum testnet. It's also called Ethereum Goerli. So you can go ahead and add Goerli to it. So we have added a total of 4 chains. Let's go ahead and add these values to this supported chains array as well. Let me copy this and paste it here, and boom. Now I don't think we need to add open and close parentheses. Let's go back to our application, click on the button, click on this chain, and as you can see, there are only 4 chains that are supported, and 2 in mainnet, 2 in testnet. It currently shows Sepolia because we already connected to it, but once we switch the chain, let me go ahead and switch the chain. Boom, you will not see Sepolia anymore. You will only see 4 chains that we added manually in the Thirdweb provider, and these are the only chains that will be visible to your users of your web application. Now there are just a few more props left, so let's just go through them quickly because we have already stretched the video a bit too long. There's a details button prop, so basically you can render your own React component in the place of the ConnectWallet button. So for example, let's add a details button prop here, and we will return some JSX code, HTML code. Click me to connect, and I'll hit save, go back to our application. Boom, you can see it's a weird button that's not looking very aesthetic. If I click on this, it's going to do the same thing that a ConnectWallet button does. So whatever is rendered by the details button prop actually replaces the ConnectWallet button itself, but it still performs the same action that ConnectWallet button does. Okay, so back to the documentation, we find that there's another prop called class name. Now it says here that you may need to, you can write your own CSS code or your CSS styles in order to override the custom styles that are provided by the Thirdweb ConnectWallet prop. And if you use the !important tag to the properties, then those properties will get overridden. You define a class name, and back inside of your code, wherever your app.css is, you can define the properties for that particular class. So let me go ahead and write some styles for the button. So I'll name this class as ConnectWallet button custom, and I'll say that background color, let's give it a very peculiar background color so that we're able to verify that it's working. I'll add the class name as this, hit save, back to the application. Okay, as it said in the documentation, we need to add !important in order to override, and there we go. So the !important tag actually it actually has overridden the Thirdweb's styles for the ConnectWallet button. And this is what it looks like. Obviously it doesn't look good, but maybe you want a custom style for your ConnectWallet button, in which case you can do this. Let me disconnect the button, and it looks like this when it's not connected to any wallet. And we can obviously make more changes within this class. For example, maybe we can add a min width that's much higher. Let's say 50 view width, and mark it as important, and boom, you can see it's a much wider button now. It doesn't look good, but I just wanted to demonstrate how you can change a few things here and there to really improve or modify the ConnectWallet button. Let's go back to the index.js file and remove this prop because it looks really ugly. Now back to the documentation, you might find that there is a prop named switch to active chain. What it does is that basically inside of our application we can specify the default chain or active chain of the application. So many other times you may be building a decentralized application that requires you to interact with a contract on a specific chain only. So you don't actually need to support multiple chains, or you may want to switch the default chain of the user's connected wallet to a specific chain that your dApp is actually using. So you can achieve that using the active chain prop on the Thirdweb provider. But obviously first you need to import a chain. Let's go ahead and import, for instance, Avalanche chain from Thirdweb dev. Instead of React, we'll write chains, and in the active chain we can write Avalanche. Cool. So it actually sets active chain as the Avalanche chain. What's going on? I think we imported the wrong chain. It's not Avalanche. Let's make sure it's Avalanche Fuji, and let's change it here as well. Boom, now it's successful. Now let's go ahead and use this prop particularly listed here, which says switch to active chain. Let's set switch to active chain equals true. Now it says here, you can see that it says here switch network. When you click on this button, it switches to Avalanche Fuji testnet. Now this particular testnet is the same value that we passed to the Thirdweb provider, where we set the active chain as Avalanche Fuji. So this is the function that it performs when you have a connected wallet and it's not equal to the active chain that you have specified in the Thirdweb provider. It automatically prompts you to switch the chain to the default to the active chain that's specified in the side of the Thirdweb provider. So that's, and you can also change the button title. As you can see, as you saw before, the button title was switch chain. Let me go to MetaMask and change to some other chain so that we can see what the switch chain button looks like. Before that, let's change the button title so that we can see the effect. Let's change the button title to change your chain, buddy. Cool. Hit save. Let me try connecting to MetaMask again. Remember, we are on the wrong chain, so it's going to show us the switch chain button, and boom, change your chain, buddy. This is what it displays here because this is the value that we specified over here, and this is how switch chain works. Now there are a lot more props that you can add to Thirdweb, and you'll have to go through the documentation in detail in order to understand how many different possibilities there are for customizing your Thirdweb Connect Wallet button. But in the meantime, since the video has already stretched so much, so long, we are going to cut it here and move on to the next component, which is the ConnectEmbed component. Also very helpful when you're building decentralized application. It embeds inside of your web page, unlike the Thirdweb Connect Wallet component. So let's go ahead and move to that. Okay guys, so now let's actually go ahead and look into what ConnectEmbed is. Now it's pretty much similar to ConnectWallet, but instead of a button, it's actually the model that gets opened by the ConnectWallet button, and ConnectEmbed basically just embeds that model into your own page. Okay, so I have cleared out the ConnectWallet button in this component that we were working on, and let's go ahead and import ConnectEmbed from Thirdweb dev React, and let's add this component to our JSX. Oops, okay. Cool. So this is how it looks like. As you can see, this is much more slim and much more thin, and it has the same list of wallets as our ConnectWallet model did. Basically it's the default list of wallets provided by Thirdweb, and it works the same as well. You just click on the wallet that you would like to connect to, you click on confirm, and boom. The thing that you need to notice is that as soon as a wallet is connected, the ConnectEmbed UI completely disappears from the page, and that's because you don't actually need to interact with the wallet anymore. And that's where the ConnectWallet button is actually much more superior, because even after you have disconnected your wallet, the ConnectWallet button will still be there, and you can click on the button again to disconnect your wallet or perform various actions using your wallet. Thanks a lot for watching this video, guys. If you found it useful or helpful, please feel free to like and subscribe. If you want to see the whole list of wallets that are supported by Thirdweb, you can go to this section in the documentation called wallets, and you'll find a list of wallets here. And if you want to see even more wallets that are supported by Thirdweb, you can go to the ConnectWallet playground, and over here you'll find it says it supports 350 plus wallets. So you can actually try it out. You can try connecting to any one of these wallets to this Thirdweb playground, and you'll get an idea of how the wallet experience will be when you have integrated it into your own application. So you'll get a better idea of what wallets to support and what not. I hope you found this video useful, and I know that there's still a lot of things that we could not go over in this particular video, but don't worry about it. I'm definitely going to cover it in the future coming videos, and in the next couple of videos we'll look at different Thirdweb hooks that allow us to build a more custom experience for our users. It can give us the state that our wallet is currently in, and it can do a lot more amazing things. So I can't wait for the next video. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and let's move forward.